Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is your host Baghead, and today I'm gonna go over what you should do before Old Beast. It's like a prep guide, basically. Now this video will have some spoilers. I will let you know which part to skip, and you can skip those parts, and I will have like a non-spoiler explaining as well. So, before doing the Old Peace quest, you're obviously gonna have to do other quests if you're new or in the mid game. Of course, everything starts with Awakening, War's Prize. If you're a new player, then you will do the newly added quest, the Teacher. Then, of course, you're gonna have to do. I'm pretty sure Vox Solaris was a side quest, but it's now a main one. There's like Once Awake, Arc Ring, Second Dream, Change of Harrow, Sacrifice, War Within, Prelude to War, Apostasy Prologue, and the New War will be a big one. There's also the Weird Paradox and Jade Shadows. You don't have to do those, they're like side quests. They're still cool ones though. And then you will do Angels of Zerman, Whispers in the Walls, Lotus Eaters, and the Hex. Then you will have access to the Old Peace quest. Now, most of these quests will have prerequisites, except like, of course, Awakening, War's Prize, and maybe some of the side quests. Maybe Teacher doesn't. I think Teacher might have a prerequisite. I didn't check. What prerequisite is basically requirements to do a quest. Basically, when you first start the game, you will do the main quest, and for doing the next quest, you'll have to do some missions. And I will quickly open that from the navigation. So let's say you want to do a quest, it will say do the Mars Junction. And when you go to the Mars Junction, there's like this small missions like complete the quest once awake, uh, visit the side quest section of the Codex in the Orbiter, or and then complete a mission with the bolt or primary weapon equipped, which probably will be given to you with another junction, and purchase MK1 weapon from the market. And when you do those missions, you will enter the junction, you will fight Loki, and you will unlock Mars, and this will unlock you the quests that are in Mars, basically. That's how we progress. Of course, junctions aren't the only requirements for quests. They will obviously going to be uh, do other stuff as well, like I don't know, craft a weapon or be this mastery level. Also, the junction boss, if it's too hard for you, you can just like grab a melee and slam them. Attack is basically when you're on the air with a melee weapon, press the heavy attack button and you do a slam onto the ground, and that stuns them forever. So after you're done with it, you unlock Mars, and maybe the quest will tell you to do a Mars mission, like do survival in Mars. And then it now says like you are ready to go. You can do Heart of Deimos, example, and these quests will open more gateways for other quests. Like Heart of Deimos opens the open world, and now you can do open world bounties. And from the open world, you can do other quests that are connected to that specific open world. I know I said open world a lot, but basically things are connected to each other. Everything you unlock will unlock more quests, and these quests are mostly 1 hour long. At like highest is New War, but like at highest these quests are like 2 hour or 3 hours long. New War is a big one because New War is the big cinematic quest that's like shortest 3 hours, longest 6 hours long, or like 4 or 5 hours long. And before you even begin this quest, the requirements are kind of tedious, unless I'm pretty sure that got patched. Basically, what New War wants you is to get a railjack, an amp, and necromech. Now we're going slight spoiler territory. Like you may ask, what's a necromech? Necromech is this gigantic mech you jump in. It's strong. It has nuking weapons. And then you will ask, how do I unlock it? Well, when you're first done with the Heart of Deimos quest, Father will give you blueprints of the certain pieces. Since I don't have access to these blueprints, like I kind of forgot what were they called. They were called Void Reek. So basically, Father will give you blueprints for these blueprints, if I remember correctly, like the Void Rig casing, Void Rig engine, Void Rig capsule, and Void Rig weapon pod. And then you will have to gather items for these. Like, this is my PlayStation recording. I'm just recording over recording, but yeah. So basically, you will have to grind stuff for these blueprints. And those are damaged necromech casing. And yes, each blueprint will have a damage piece. These damage pieces are easy to get. I'm gonna tell you later how you get them. I recorded this later. You will have to get like gems, which you can get the blueprints from OTAG. I'm also gonna get to it. And it's also gonna need some materials you see in the open world of Deimos, with like cracking boxes you see around, fishing, mining, as I mentioned before. So let's skip to that part actually. So the damage parts drop from here, isolation vaults. And I'm pretty sure in the open world they're like um obelisks you can activate that also gives you some of the items you need for the necromech, but like don't gamble on those that much because it's not gonna guarantee. For fishing, you're gonna need either of these spears. I use the spar spear personally because the terrain of the Necrolisk and Deimos is different than the real regular water in other open worlds. OTAG is how you're gonna get the blueprints for the gems you're gonna need for the necromech. And last of all, I'm pretty sure for the mining you'll have to go to Fortuna actually, because you'll need a certain tool, and that's gonna be from Smokefinger, and that is the Sunpoint Plasma Drill. This is for 2500 standing, which you can get from open world bounties. You will unlock them, and there will be fast travel tutorials, I believe, for those. If not, when you go to Fortuna options, fast travel, Udico. That's Eudico. Udico is the main bounty person. For Deimos, that's Mother. And why am I saying this? Because, like I said, you're gonna need a necromech, you're gonna need an amp, you're gonna need a railjack. Now, the railjack part is easy because Rising Tides gives that to you. I'm gonna go to spoil in the next few seconds, so I'm just gonna skip that part. Rising Tides quest gives you the railjack. Railjack is this big ship. Um, and like back in the day, the railjack part was kind of hard in New War because like if you didn't build the railjack right, it will blow up. I'm pretty sure in the recent patch notes they made the railjack stronger, and even if you don't have a railjack, they like hand you out one. I don't know if that's how it was worded because I know the necromech is now a handout, so I'm pretty sure you should get a free necromech for just for the quest. So I'm telling you this necromech grind just if what I say is not true, if I'm like talking out of my bum or something like, because I remember reading a patch notes where they will hand you a free necromech in the quest. Like you don't need to grind it anymore. So that's either true or wrong. Like correct me in the comments. That's what I remember. But yeah, the railjack is the easiest part because Rising Tides just gives you one. And let's come to the point about the amp. The amp is after either Second Dream or the War Within, where you have to go to Plains of Eidolon, aka Cetus. So, so if I'm remembering correctly, either when you're done with Second Dream or War Within or it's not the sacrifice. No, it's not the sacrifice. I'm pretty sure when you're done with either Second Dream or the War Within, correct me in the comments, you will go to the Cetus. Cetus is an open world you unlock with Saya's Vigil quest. You will go to the Cetus. You will fast travel to Konzu, Konzu. He's the main bounty guy for this open world. You will go to the road behind him until you find this door, and you will access this door with your spoiler mode. I'm gonna say it's spoiler mode. I'm not gonna tell what this. And this is where you will get your free amp. And I don't think it matters if the amp is strong or weak for the new war quest. So you just get an amp, level it up, do your regular stuff, and then boom, now we have access to new war. And after New War, you do Angels of Zerman, Whispers in the Walls, the Lotus Eaters, and the Hex Quest. Then, bababadi bababoom, you're done. Now we're just ready to go for the old piece. And the old piece quest is going to be an hour and a half long cinematic quest as well. So don't just get excited and think you're gonna jump into the new game modes. And if you're really new to the game and you didn't do any of these quests yet, don't worry your head. For this update, for the first time, Warframe developers gonna add an option where you can skip all these quests and do the new game modes they're gonna add without getting any spoilers. That's quite neat. Like, you won't get spoiled and you will get to try out the new update features, such as the two new game modes, the Descendia and the Rebellion modes. That will be added with the tomorrow's update. So that's neat. I'm just doing this as like a prep if you're like mid game, end game, and you just have some little bit of quests left, like what you need to do, especially for the new war, because that's the big one, if I remember correctly. Like, there isn't that much of quests that need that much requirements, because after New War, Angels of Zerman, Whispers of the Walls, and Hex doesn't need much requirements. You just do them. So this is just like a prep guide if you're close to be completing this quest. But hey, just letting you know, yeah, there's a skip option. You can just immediately jump into the new game modes that will come with tomorrow's update, and that is also really neat. So, for my late game and mid game players who are already done with all the quests and ready to go, there's another thing I want to suggest you grinding is your syndicates. Because you see, in a tomorrow update, there's also gonna be a prime release, which is Gyre Prime. So you should better save up your standing for the relic packs. With the maximum standing, which is 122,000, you can get up to 6 relic packs, and all of these relic packs contain 3 relics, so that's like 18 relics per syndicate. So 18 times 3 is, that's like what, 54, 44, like this. That it's a bunch of relics. You can save up with your open world syndicates as well, but I'm kind of too lazy for that because open world syndicates also have relic packs. What I do suggest saving for is if you have Steel Pat. Steel Pat is a game mode you unlock after completing your normal difficulty star chart. You should save up Steel Essence for even more relic packs. Because I'm pretty sure Teshin himself has 25 relic packs you can buy. Yep. And if you want to buy all 25 of them, that's going to be 375 Steel Essence. So for my late game and mid game tennos, that's my suggestion. Oh, hey, he has some new scenes. That's quite neat. Yeah, that's gonna be the prep for Gyre Prime. And I guess that's all I'm gonna say for this video. That must be the old recording. So yeah, you don't have to do all the quests. There will be a skip option where you will be able to try the 2 new game modes. But if you're saying I'm gonna do the quest, here's what I like. Here's all the info that I could give you. There are probably better guides, but like this was my own type of prep video. And be ready for Gyre Prime release as well. It will be quite hectic and chaotic tomorrow, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. I'm really excited for this update. Tell me in the comments what are you most excited about in this update, and I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, Tenno. Have a fun day, evening, or afternoon.